and g'day mate, welcome back to Dyson Sphere with me, Jetty. Now, in our last couple of episodes, we've been out here on the rid system, and we've been working hard. We've gone and, let me find it, we've gone and made a blue science and a red science, both, an advanced one for more later in the game, plus an early one, plus a second red science build, which has that lovely hydrogen loop that makes sure it's always populated, which, as I said, only has enough hydrogen there that nobody can steal off with it and keeps the loop running. Anyway, made a lovely hydrogen, a lovely red science loop for early game. Plus we made yellow science for, that's the rare one, so for mid game, plus one for early game. Made a lovely purple science one for, I'm going to assume, mid game, and the larger one for early game. Just completed our green science build, which has been running for a little while now, and we have one for your mid-late game, comes with rare resources, and then one for the more early game that is all from base resources, which means we have all the sciences running. Now, each one of these is scaled to either, perfect example is our red science build. This is scaled to 2 science per second, this is scaled to 2 science per second, but we can upgrade the red science to 4 science per second with just doubling the smelters. Doubling the smelters will double the speed. Same with the yellow ones and the purple ones and so on and so forth. And that's one of the things I want to do. But I also want to get Universal Matrix. Before we do that, we're going to do something about power. Because I have a feeling, power-wise, let's just double check. Yeah, we're chewing 800 megawatts currently, and everything's pretty idle. After I put down a bunch of labs and we start chewing the science, we're probably going to have some problems. So we're going to put down the Power Pole Mark II, which we're going to dump right there. And then the very first thing I'm going to do is remove that, plus that, plus that, plus that. I don't want those second towers. We already have a set of those on the South Pole. We're also going to remove that. We're going to bring in juice, just a little bit of juice. And we're going to put in some proliferators. Because, as we said previously, if you proliferate your power, some power, not all power, you will get extra burn time out of it and extra power out of it. So we're going to do exactly that. We're going to bring you to there. No, one more. No, that is the right tile. You are one tile too far. Come on. Build you there instead. Okay. Put the juice in there. Put the juice in there. Put the juice in there. And you're also one tile too far out. And put the juice in there. Next thing I need to do is I need to plug this into the main grid because obviously it's struggling. Can I get a wind turbine there and a wind turbine there, which should instantly turn everything on? And as we can see, these guys are doing 18 megawatts because each one of these are lovely. I know you are fully scaled. Actually, local demand. Yup. Clear that, clear that. We're good to go. You don't need quite that many, but you will need some big shitties. Okay. We can see each one of these is making 18 megawatts, and as we can see, we have the orange part of the circle, plus the blue part. The blue part is the extra due to the juice. Now, if we go to our other pole... Oh, no, Chris, fly faster, fly faster. We go to our south pole, we will find that these guys only do 15. These guys do 15 megawatts. So next thing I want to do is obviously proliferate these guys as well. So 4 sprayers, nice and simple, and come to this tower and say, hey, look, we don't have kimberlite ore on this planet. We can just set up a little bit of juice, local demand, remote supply, and number 3, bring it out to that tile, and then I'm off by tile again. Okay, that goes in there. You're off by tile as well. Hard to line these things up sometimes. Okay, that goes into... What? There. Plus there. Plus... No, you're also off by tile. Alright. and into there. It's almost like it was pre-planned right from square one to have that juice in there because, you know, it's kimberlite ore. Chances are you don't have kimberlite ore on every planet. It's pretty easy to change it over and upgrade it. So that will proliferate these as they slowly get... We burn off the old ones, we bring in the new ones. That'll get us the extra power we need. In the meantime, where's Blue Science? Blue Science is directly behind us. So we want to go upgrade all the labs, which means, well, start making universal matrix, which means I need to have a large build for universal matrix. But there's a catch. There's always a catch. First off, the catch is it's dark, so let's turn on the lights. We want to bring up this. Okay, first thing I want to know is I want to build in this section. This section should be wide enough to fit in everything we want, and I want a tower. Let's go with there. Okay, too close. Let's go with here and here. I want to have these two towers as close together as possible. I want to have a blue plus red plus yellow plus purple plus green. This side, I want to have critical photons, which we're going to take the antimatter and we're going to dump the hydrogen. Plus, I'm going to need warpers, obviously, and white science, and obviously juice. Yeah, that's everything we need in this tower. And then before we get too carried away, we're gonna actually build science. Let's say you're about centered, right? Actually, don't. We're gonna need a little bit of room to get started. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna bring out. Okay, first things first. I'm gonna have warpers come from there to there. Okay, so that means you're going to be number 1, blue science, and we're going to bring you down that belt. Then we're going to do red science, which is going to come down that belt. Then we're going to do yellow science, which will come down that belt. Then purple science, which will come down that belt. And finally, green science, which will come down that belt. Okay. With that out of the way, next thing we need to do is we need an input with, oh, one more belt for the antimatter. With an input, okay? We need a power pole, which I'm going to intentionally put right about there. I'm going to have a couple of flat tiles, then we're going to bring that up to there. Before we get too much further carried away, we need to proliferate everything. I'm going to move you over by a tile. Damn. Let's move you over a couple of tiles. Just to be safe. Okay. Juice. So we want to juice. Obviously, we want to juice everything before it goes into white science. Some of them might already be juiced, but that's okay because you can't overjuice something. If it's already juiced, and so if it's already been sprayed with level 2 spray, you can't spray it again with level 2 spray. It's good and done, and you don't have to worry about it. It just means the second sprayer will sit there and do absolutely nothing. We're going to bring you to up there and then into there. Okay, so that's going to be our return belt. I want to spray our white science on the way out, which I'm going to put one of those there. Let's work on no, hang on. Let's mark some belts. So you're going to be green, purple, yellow, red, blue, and antimatter. Okay, with that done, you're going to be the antimatter in belt. You're going to be the I don't want hydrogen belt. And that means you are going to be the critical photon belt. Now, critical photon, so hydrogen is a waste product, okay? We need to, let's just grab one of you really quickly and we'll put you there. Okay. We need to run this recipe, okay? So we're going to take in 2 critical photons, we're going to kick out 2 bits of hydrogen, 2 bits of antimatter. The antimatter is obviously going to go into you making white science, and the hydrogen is a waste product. So being a waste product, we're just kicking it out of the system. We don't care what it does. We have no use for it. Also, this recipe, we can see we don't have an option to do an extra 20%. So it's only speed up. So because it's only speed up, I don't want to juice the critical photons of the way in. It's not worth our time and effort. What is worth our time and effort is a belt going this way, belt going that way, and a third belt going that way. Okay. So, first things first is we're going to drag these out. Now, I only need sites. All of these builds were built to do 2 or 4 per second, okay? This is built to be doing 2, but if we double the smelters and upgrade the assemblers from Mark 1 to Mark 3, it'll do 4 per second. Same with this one. This would do, 2 or 4, blah, 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 blah. What I want to do is when we're done, I want to come through here and I want to upgrade everything. So I want to aim for about 8 science per second, maybe even 10. And I need one of these for every 1 science per second because... You say how long it takes? There we go. It takes 2 seconds to process 2 critical photons to give me 2 antimatter and 2 hydrogen. So therefore, the end story is it does 1 item per second. So if I want 4 science per second, I need 4 of them. If I want 8 science per second, I need 8 of them. I'm going to get 12. It's a bit of overkill, but, a bit of overkill never hurt anybody. Well, unless you got killed. Okay, you guys need power. Now, these guys are sort of big and sort of use a lot of power. This is why I went and doubled our power first, because each one of these uses 12 megawatts worth of power. Production. Yeah, 12 megawatts each. Okay, so we have our lab. We want to run our belts now. Let's just drag our belts. You know what? Let's drag our belts to that line, 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 and to that line. Copy from there to there. Paste. Line you guys up. Drag you +1. Hit the minus button so you overlap, and we're just gonna go to about there. Seems like enough belt. Okay. I want another lab. I want lab to go in, plus in. Okay. Also, the rules that we've been sticking to. Oh, nope. I did boo-boo. Okay, we need all without belts. All of that to go away. Because I forgot to get the juice belt. Number 3, which comes to that tile. And then, well, technically to that tile. What? No. No, don't do this to me. Okay. Please be patient whilst I move everything up a tile. Okay, well that was frustrating. Alright. And I've lost all my belt markers. And you're not connected. Come on, connect. Connect. There we go. Alright. So you're blue, you're red, yellow, purple, green. You're obviously the goop belt. Goop. You are antimatter. You're hydrogen, and you are critical photons. Okay. Now that all that's been fixed, we've got our goop belt. Yeah, as we can see, it carefully lines up and goes up to this top tower. Because I do want to make sure I've proliferated all the science. Even if it's been pre-proliferated, we'll proliferate it again just to confirm. And we have our 2 labs. So what I want to do is I want to have you output. We want to build them 3 high. And the reason I'm building them 3 high and no higher is 3 high is the right from the start of the game. You can build them 3 high. Okay, so I want to try and keep to that amount, no matter what, on the off chance that somebody doesn't end up doing a research. It goes that way. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to put that there. And as we can see, that worked entirely perfect, apart from the whole missing this center belt. So I want to upgrade our blueprint skills. And is that right? That looks to be right. And be able to blueprint this whole thing, drag it along. Yeah, drag it along. Let's grab there to there again. And we'll put you overlap by one tile. Drag. Hit the minus button. And then one more drag. There you go. Cool. All the belt in the world. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to blueprint this. So we need to have an extra belt for it to snap onto. I need to copy from here. You're missing a sorter. You're missing a sorter. Let's make sure we fix that before we do anything else. Input and input. Okay, I want to copy from here to here. But there's a catch. The catch is I do not want any belts because the belts are already down. But I do want this belt. So we're going to left click here and drag through to there. Plus that one. Minus that belt and that belt and that belt. Which we're going to right click on each one of those. And then if I've done this correctly, it should line up. It does not line up. Not even close. Oh, it's short. Oh, because it needs to line up all the way to the next one. Okay, alright, let's try that again. Press the J button so it's no longer attached to Icarus. Go from here to here, minus the belt. Press the J button again so it's attached to Icarus. So we can click and drag, click and drag. Right click on that one, and that one. And if I've done this correct, we should be able to go one blueprint. Perfect. Alright, so I want to take my one blueprint, I want to drag it, I want to hit the minus button so they're close together. And we're just going to go for a bit of a run, and a bit of a jog, and a bit of a jaunt. And eventually we'll get all the belts down. Come on. I don't know how many researchers I have, but I can tell you I don't have enough bots if I have to wait on bots. Okay, I needed 60 labs total. I have no idea how many we're up to. Okay, blueprint J. From there to there. Count is 96 labs. That's a little bit more than the 60 I needed, but I will take it. We are going to remove all of that. And that's going to be our lab build. Okay, it's just a little bit of science, but that's really what I want. I really want to be able to process science as fast as possible because we need to get the science in and done. Come on, power poles. Okay, everything should be good. We just need a power connection here and here. Alright, so going through our list, we want juice. Local demand, please. I want warpers. 300, that's a little bit much. 100, local demand. I need you to have shippies and shippies. Okay, that's step number 1. Step number 2 is that's a waste product. We're going to remote demand in those because they are definitely going to take a minute to get here. I don't have any warpers on. Okay, so we're going to have to wait for those. These are all local. These will take seconds to get in. We do need to set U to 100 and U to 100. And juice is filling up. Everything's full of juice and ready to go. We have 6,000 of those on their way here, which doesn't really help us because they still need to be processed. But in the meantime, we can go shippies, local, 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 local. And we turn off the bright lights. We can see thousands of drones flying around the map at high speed. So it's all the red, the blue, the yellow, the purple. Where's... Oh. Green. Green, it turns out, is on the other side of the map. Yeah, we've got 500 green coming from there as well. Oh, we've built perfectly between two greens. Excellent. Okay, so that should fill the belts. So we're just waiting on the antimatter, which is nice and bright and super easy to see in the dark. So let me just put in a cut whilst we wait for the antimatter, I think. That looks like our antimatter is coming in. Beautiful. It lights up the belt, which is great. We can't see the hydrogen. We definitely can't see the antimatter because it's dark on dark on dark. But if we turn our spotlights back on... Oh, actually, let's turn that off for just a second because we're going to see the first white science start popping out any moment now. There we go. So we have white science. Alright, so now what I want to do is turn that back on so we can actually see what we're doing. So I want to process the white science, like all the white science, because well we've got a lot of it stacked up, and research is starting to get expensive. So we're going to build just one stack of we re-get that achievement. Excellent. Just one little stack of labs, and hope like hell I line it up with the belt. No. We'll just build the belt first. I will use that. That go away. Cool. Where were we? Research. I want lab. That'll do. And then a second row of labs. Just a few. That's about the right height. Yep. Because this is for processing, right? At the end of the day, I don't need to really make a blueprint for processing. In fact, I don't even know if I'm going to make a blueprint. I'm going to share the blueprint to process the labs and make the white matrix. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Okay, we want you to do research mode. We're going to copy, we're going to paste. Nope. We're going to extend this belt to, I don't know, there. Probably not that much, actually, because I still need what labs I have in my inventory for reasons. I'm going to remove that and that. So it's just the 2 stacks of labs. Dump that right there. You don't need a power pole? Well, you don't need a power pole. We're going to remove all of that then. And then I think we're going to have you be the output. And I'm willing to bet they all disappear. Every single one of them disappears. Which is going to start flying through the white science. That's what I'm really looking forward to. Because there's a tiny bit here that needs to be processed. And if we look at the front, we'll see that the yellow and the purple will get proliferated. Because the green has already been proliferated, this guy will sit here and do nothing. But if we ever have like a brownout or something and something doesn't get proliferated on the belt, this guy will definitely kick in and proliferate it. Oh, some people have asked me, and we'll go through it really quickly, how to work out how many labs to build, okay? What you need to do is you need to say, okay, this takes 16,000 research, and I need 4.4 million hashes. So you need to take 4.4 million divided by 16,000, and that'll tell you how many hashes you get out of one white science. Okay, with me so far? After you've worked out that, you then need to open up one of these guys and say, what is your hash rate per second? And do the maths again to say, you know, I need to have some... This one will tell you how many hashes in a white science, okay? So 14.4 million divided by the 16,000 gives me the total amount of hashes required. When I come in here, I have a hash rate per second, which is decided by the actual labs, okay? So if we go into this one, I can actually... I'm worth 8,000. But I can actually upgrade the lab. So originally they started at 60 hashes, then we get to 120, 180, 240. Because I have the 20% boost in there, it brings us up to 288, which doesn't really make sense. 288 it is, that's what the game tells me, that's what we're going to go with. But 240, no, because 240 to add 24 double. Oh yeah, 88. Okay, yeah, 288 per second. So that's my current hash rate. And you would need to work out how many science you're making per second divided by, multiply by the hash rate per second to give you how many, what your total hash rate is per second, then divided by how many white sciences you need to complete the science to work out exactly how many labs you need. Or you could just build some big piles of labs and they either run or they don't. If they do run, then if they're all running, you don't have enough labs. If they're not all running, you have too many labs. I have too many labs. That's perfectly fine. I don't mind having too many labs. From the looks of this, I could actually extend this build out and make it even longer. But before I do that, I want to fix up these sciences. So what I want to do is I want to come in here. I want to say upgrade everything by 2 levels, and I want to say this build does 2 science. Yes. Upgrade everything. So now it does 4 science per second. I need to double up the smelters. Double up smelters and double up the smelters. At the same time we go 2 labs, 2 labs, 2 labs. Okay, that's now running twice as fast. This one does 2 science per second. And again, if I just upgrade everything, and then go double that, plus double that, it now does 4 science per second. So this does 4, that does 4. Catch is, I want to get at least 8. So what we're actually going to do is, we're going to go from there, there, and we're just going to go paste. Because it's way easier for me to just duplicate the whole build than it is to actually work out all the minutiae of how the damn thing works and double it properly. But local demand, local supply, shippies. Where the hell are you getting coal from? Local demand. Have coal on this planet? Oh, we do have coal. We do not have coal on this planet. I have no idea where you're getting coal from. Remote demand. Oh, that solves that problem. So you're running these labs. I'll have to double. So 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, and same story over here. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, and you are literally waiting on power. You know what? If I take half of that and I put it straight in there, and I take half of that and put it straight in there. Oh look, it's suddenly working. Same with you. You're up and running. Okay. This red science build I can't touch, because the way this is set up, it does a flat 2 per second. Which means technically I'm doing 4 plus 4 plus 2. So I'm technically doing 10 science, 10 red science per second. Which we're just going to ignore, honestly. Yeah, this one was never designed to be doubled. Alright, so on to yellow science. Again, we're just going to use this lovely tool here, and we're just going to mass upgrade everything. Cool. We're going to W. I'm not sure if I need the extra one. You know what? It doesn't hurt. We missed upgrading you. Cool. I then need to double up these guys. So 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. What? Lack of item? Crap. You. Hey! Bring in 100. Thank you. Okay. 1 2 3. Alright. Yep, they're running. It should be a happy chappy. You guys don't need to be doubled. No, that's fine. That is it. We're just waiting on... Oh. We're waiting on somebody to do that. Okay, solved. I know it's fixed in the blueprint. Obviously, it wasn't fixed in the master version on the planet. All right, on to the next screen science. The next screen science, same story. We're just going to hold down the button, and we're just going to upgrade everything pretty indiscriminately. Now, it's going to beep at me and say you don't have Mark II smelters, which is fine. I don't intend on getting Mark II smelters. Also going to say I'm out of belt. Thank you. Okay, alright, so this one, same story. I need to come to here, I need to go 3, and come here, go 3, here, lack of item. Really? Not my day. Did I not? I did not call in smelters. Sheesh. Alright, bring in a whole bunch of smelters, and we'll go for a little bit of extra belt. Yeah, a little bit of extra belt. Alright. Well, whilst we wait on that, let's do the chem plants. So we want to go 3 chem plants there. 3 chem plants there. Research is done. 3 chem plants there. You guys won't click and drag. Hang on. Click the minus button. Nothing. Okay. So if you end up with this with chemical plants, I can place them without an issue. I just can't click and draggy them. Really annoying. We need to get more of these guys. Well, lights. Oh, there we go. Click and drag that to double you up as well. So I just need to smelters. At the same time, we need to pick a research. Now, there's a bunch of research I want to do, but this is very important. This is logistics station cargo stack count thingamajiggy bomb. It means it doesn't really tell you. Okay, what it means is, yep, wrong button. Currently that belt is super slow. Oh, I feel happy now. Alright, currently the belts are outputting 30 items per second. Alright, because that's the speed the belt moves at. But what I can do is I could... Really? So much slow belt. I really must have run out. Alright, what I can do is I can get... nope, it's not even shown here yet. Basically I can get things pre-stacked, as in like using the pilots. They're pre-piled, okay? And once that's done, it means everything would come out of these towers 2 stacks high. But it also means my belts, technically at that point, move 60 items per second, not 30 items per second. Which makes a massive difference to our builds. It means I can be... I don't have to worry as much about... I didn't look at how big this was to start with. That had 4, we doubled it, we had another 4. No, that's fine. I can have a lot more throughput on every single belt, which at the end of the day means I can, like I said, I don't have to worry so much about the belt throughput. It also is going to mean some builds, as we scale up, are going to become easier. So I want this research basically right now. No, we did all those, we did all those, we did all those. No, they're all fine. Alright, so that's yellow science done. Purple science. This one was built with all the smelters and all the chem plants and everything else to the correct ratio. I literally need to come in here and upgrade those assemblers. Those assemblers. What am I out of? Orders? Universal Matrix. Yep. Whoop. Universal Matrix Yellow Belt. Produce at least 21,600 Universal Matrices per hour. That's not bad. Let's double check you. I don't have sorters. Sorters, please. 1,000. Cool. Alright, production stats. Let's find white science. White science, white science, white science. That one. And we'll go entire star cluster because we are producing it in a few different places. It's on marker number 1, so we went production consumption 1 hour. Oh, okay. So we went from producing a little bit to producing a lot. And as we said, just died right here because that's when the labs were shut down because they had nothing to research. So yeah, a decent amount of science per minute. Or per hour. Science per minute. Science per minute. Okay. Right. Do I need the sorters? Probably. Alright. Whilst we wait on the sorters to arrive, let's go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, we definitely need the sorters for the inputs and the outputs. I doubt you guys are going to be able to keep up with a stack of 6 of them. They're all done, they're all done, they're all done. Okay, so I need, however, for belt, sort. We're out of belt too. Let's grab all the belt and all the sorters and bring that back up, and we're just gonna, swipe the map a second time, confirming we get all the sorters and everything upgraded and everybody's happy. Happy little camp. Oh crap, we went through 3,000 belt already. Okay. Alright, so there's still some there. Alright, I think that's probably just about everything has been marked. Alright, on to green science. No, we have another purple science build. So that was the one from raw materials. This is one from normal materials. 3 plus 2. Copper. 3, 2. Silicon. 3, 1. Silicon. 3, 1. Silicon again. 3, 1. More silicon. There we go. Diamonds this time. Titanium, which then means we can upgrade you. Plus, we need to upgrade you. Plus, we need to upgrade our graphene belt. And our graphene belt. Refineries, we need 4 more refineries. Done and dusted. Plastic, we need to double plastic, so we can go from 4 to 8. And then we need to come to here, and we need to go upgrade. Definitely upgrade those belts and those sorters. Upgrade that, and that should be it done. So we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, done. Alright, so that should do 8. So the first build should do 4, this build should do 4. We're going to try and make sure I get every single sorter on the world. I'm obviously not going to get all the belt because I'm poor. Belts. At 3,000. Sorters. I've got a few left, not many. I think we're done. Like I said, all the smelters are going to complain because they don't have the next tier of smelter. And the builds were never designed to use the next tier. Okay, over onto the next green science build. This should be really easy. It should be literally that, because this was all built with blue belt in mind. That and that. That build, and the labs are also built to scale, so we're literally just waiting on... God, there's so much crap in the way. Waiting on these guys to scale up. These guys are waiting on that. The plane filters. So as soon as the plane filters get up to scale, which they've just been doubled in speed, we're going to get quantum chips out even faster. Oh, that's being fed there. Okay, so yeah, as soon as the quantum chips start popping out faster, we will get the other half of the labs running, and this one has already been upgraded to do... Yep, this is all using blue assemblers. It's already been upgraded, and we can see that they're all running. Any excess material on the belt? Yeah, a bit actually. There shouldn't be, but there's a little bit. Alright, so this one's already been upgraded to do 8 per second. Now, in saying that, we are using a certain amount of green science to make warpers. I don't know how much, but we are using some of it. And at the end of the day, you are maxed out still, and you are, well, if we're maxed out and things are happy, you know what we might do? We might just, double up labs a little bit. We'll build a few more labs. Okay, so we know from last time... Oh, actually, is it in... No, I don't have a list of things that I can paste. Okay, we want to go from there to there. No. Reset blueprint. Then we go from there to there without the belt. With that line of belt. With that line of belt. Press the J button so it's no longer attached. Without that belt, that belt. Like, the bright blue makes it really easy to see, right? Okay. I need the outside belts. No, because we can't place them after the fact. Okay, alright, let's try that again. I want to go from there. Ooh. Well, hang on, let's talk about this research first. Oh, I didn't want it to go away. Okay. which has got a cargo stack size of 2, which now means when things come out of these towers, they are no longer stacked 1 high, they can stack 2 high. So we can see right here the iron ore has 2 of them on top of one another. Let's go to the end of the belt. End of the belt. See, right here we have 1 2 high. This one stacked 2 high, this one stacked 1 high, because it now means every tower has the option to have a stack count of 2. Now, I can turn that on and off, varying belt to belt, machine to machine, tower to tower, but that's a giant pain in the ass. We're just going to leave it running at size 2. Oh wow, we've used up all the blue sides. Yeah, no, it looks like our lab system is running fine. We are bleeding it out as faster than what we're making it. Okay. And there's a fair bit in there. Alright, research-wise. We're going to do... Okay, to get to that one, I need to have carrier engine number... No, we're not going to do that. We're going to do very quickly. Okay, so the next research I really want to do is this one at 16k, which requires a few of these, but I want to do those together. So as we're going to end the episode here, I am going to pick Mechacore to have a larger battery. That's 18, that's 12, that's 18. I don't care about Icarus flying faster. That is the ray receivers, make them more efficient. You also know that that's only 2,000 points. Because I haven't done any of it. So we're going to do like 5 levels of that. And then vanes utilization. No. Carrier engine. So make the engines on the vessels and the drones 50% faster. We're going to queue that one up. And we're going to leave the labs right there. We're going to leave them running. And I am going to be calling the episode here. What I'm going to be doing between episodes is we pretty much have power sorted. Like, not entirely, but on several planets we have power sorted. So what I want to do is literally what I just did in this episode, where I am going to run around and I'm going to mass upgrade. Okay? Because, like, that's a lot of sorters dealt with. A lot of belt dealt with. We don't need to use the tier 1 anymore. I have no need for tier 1. So I want to run around the map. Here we go, 4 of them. And a whole bunch of them, actually. I want to run around the map. When I say the map, I mean the galaxy. And literally every build I can upgrade, I want to upgrade to tier 3 belt, tier 3 sorters, tier 3 assemblers. Because power is a lot less of an issue than it once was. Also want to clear all those so we don't have weird resources hanging around the galaxy. So yeah, I want to go do that. So that's what I'm going to do between episodes. I'm going to be visiting a lot of places we've already visited. We don't need another base tour. Meanwhile, science is going to take over. We are producing science at an amazing rate now. And don't forget, all these blueprints have been published on my Discord server. So if I wanted to get to 10 science per second, 12 science per second, 16, 20, 30, I can literally take this blueprint and just dump it down multiple times. Probably raw resources, rare resources, entirely up to you which one you want. But I just stamp 5 copies. 5 copies doing 2 science per second. Bam! 20 science per second in and dusted. We do want to look at Proliferator Mark III in the upcoming episode, along with some new Dyson Spheres, because this star doesn't have a Dyson Sphere. Jimitar has finished the ad-free slogan. Our home system has reminded you should subscribe to JD if you haven't already. And obviously, you know, enjoy the fact that the video has been ad-free and you've been sitting here for about 40 minutes enjoying the whole thing completely ad-free. The one ad at the start to make sure YouTube doesn't bomb this particular video. But apart from that, we've been 100% ad-free. Actually, I wonder if I delete those, that should stop the cannons firing. You know what? I don't see any more shots. There we go. We can remotely shut down. And I can recover it too. Does that turn the cannons back on? I'm gonna go with no. No. Worth a shot, but no. Okay. we've made a crap ton of science. Science is booming along. We now know very, very easily we can remotely shut down our Dyson swarms once they're complete, and we're going to let science burn out once I go around and upgrade lots and lots of assemblers all over the galaxy. But this is where we're going to leave this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next episode where we build some more spheres. We start upgrading things to Proliferator Mark III because we're definitely in a position where we can now afford it. And also, we make some more blueprints because between rockets, Proliferator, and everything else, we should be fine to start mass colonizing the galaxy. But one episode at a time, one foot in front of the other. All that said, I'll leave this here. Thank you again for watching, and myself and Icarus and the Naked Star will see you guys in the next episode where we cover it up with a proper sphere this time. Yeah, I've got some interesting blueprints we need to play with. Anyway, that's it. We're out. Thanks for watching. Bye.